It's a lifestyle. It's who we are.
For the same reasons the stars align, your spirit chose this particular point in history to live, to explore, to learn from this experience.
If you feel insignificant, you better think again. Better wake up because you're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger.
Now here we are, on our journeys, with an undying fight in our soul. We remember who we are.
We're part of something way bigger.
You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality.
Against all odds, beauty emerges. Kings return, standing on the front lines of a fight that began long ago.
Legacy.
We want change. We want justice.
You're part of something way bigger.
Let's get a moment of silence for our lost ones, for their struggles.
At a time when the entire world stopped to see this journey restored.
No matter how hard it gets, you got my blood in you, and you're gonna
It's a win. The sweet gift of hope. You remind us of the greatness
something way bigger.
we all possess.
Something way bigger, bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than the picture that painted us to be.
As a familiar light shines on this stage, remember there's more on the other side. We're with you every step of the way. Together, we rise.
I'll be the roof, you'll be the tree. Pass on the fruit that was given to me. Legacy.
Together,
we're part of something way bigger.
we return.
Welcome to Orlando, where the NBA restart is already underway. The waiting over, starting last night, as these NBA players ready to once again showcase their talents. But in these times, showcase their talents to all the fans who are back home. Fans who've been craving to see their stars. But for many of these players, the NBA bubble is about more than just basketball. It's an opportunity to use their voices, their platforms, to continue the dialogue, to enlighten, to educate, most importantly, to ignite change. Right now, it's a league united in its fight for social justice, in its fight to defeat racism. Welcome right now to NBA Courtside, brought to you by McDonald's. It gives me great joy to say welcome once again to the NBA on ESPN. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. We are thrilled to be together again, and we're thrilled to bring you NBA basketball. Mark, you've been in this bubble now for a week. You watched last night the pregame ceremonies. You watched a couple of games, 2 exciting games. What's going through your mind as we begin an historic time in the NBA and in the country?
Well, historically, the NBA has been about scoring. For me, since I've been introduced to this game, it's been about the assists. And you can make the case that this will go down as the greatest, amongst the greatest assists in the history of sports. What these organizations, these coaches, and these players are doing, making a stance, making sure that they put others in position to score. It truly is inspiring.
Yeah, and as I watched the teams kneel for the national anthem last night, I reflected immediately on the many American heroes like John Lewis who made these type of peaceful protests possible. These American heroes endured many criticisms, faced grave danger, and had to overcome so much, all the while causing good trouble. We can't forget them, those that came before us who set the table for this restart, Mike.
And they don't forget them as they now prepare to compete for an NBA championship. As for the game tonight, the Bucks and the Celtics, it's our golden moment, and it's sponsored by McDonald's. The Milwaukee Bucks, before the suspension of the season, were clearly the best team in the East because they don't have very many weaknesses, Jeff.
No, they've absolutely been dominant, offensively and defensively. They rebound the ball. They have no weaknesses, and they're led by the MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You look at those numbers, in only 30 minutes a game, the numbers he put up, historic. his attitude even more important. Great intensity, great passion every night, Mark.
And if I'm the Celtics, I feel fine because I can match up at the wing position. When you talk about Tatum and Brown, their skill level, their length, more importantly, their ability, flat out getting it done. And Jason Tatum has blossomed into almost a superstar. The job that he's done carrying his team. But the important thing for the Boston Celtics is going to be Kemba Walker. They need him alongside of this dynamic duo because he is a problem for any defense in this league.
Well, Walker will only play somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes tonight as he continues to strengthen that knee that's been giving him problems. Bucks and Celtics coming up as NBA Courtside continues.
NBA Courtside is presented by McDonald's.
Welcome back to NBA Courtside, presented by McDonald's.
Good evening and welcome to HP Fieldhouse for tonight's seeding game matchup between the visiting Boston Celtics and your Milwaukee Bucks.
First and foremost, I'm a black man, 23 years old. I don't know all the answers, but I feel how everybody else is feeling.
Right now, I would say I feel disturbed.
A lot of times I feel angry.
What do we want?
It's something that we've been dealing with for a long time.
As a black man, I'm fed up, tired. I want change now.
If you're an African American and you can't even be safe in your own home, then where do you feel safe?
We need to change people's hearts. It's a mindset.
It goes beyond just what we see on camera. Enough is enough.
This means too much to all of us.
Man, this moment is big. It's a lot. To be in this situation today, the same situation we was in 5 years ago, same situation we was in 10 years ago, and so on and so forth. It's just an ongoing cycle.
We will not be silent.
It's taken a very long time to get this sort of momentum going, and it can't be lost.
There's so much to change. Discrimination, profiling, these things have to stop.
We will not let up.
I will never be silent or a distraction. We can still play basketball, but at the end of the day, social justice has to be had.
We will turn pain into progress.
We have to find a way to come together as a whole. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. We're all in this fight together.
The question is, how can I help? How can I step into this moment in time? Our country's not going to go back to normal. Like, there's going to be a new normal. And right now, we're getting to decide what that normal is going to be.
We want our lives to be valued as much as everybody else. You know, we don't think that we're better. We want to be seen as equals. And, you know, to this point, we haven't.
I don't care what happens as far as these games or life comes back to normal or whatnot. Things aren't going to change until we sort of make them change. And we will make change.